So thanks for joining me for another Airbrush Asylum video. In our last video we took a look at the battery powered airbrush that you see here. I did an unboxing and spray test. I've had quite a few questions asking whether or not you can hook up other airbrushes. Today I'm going to try the GSi Creos PS770 as well as the Iwata CMSB Micron. So I'm going to test these brushes using the battery only, see how they perform. And if you haven't checked out the unboxing spray test video, then by all means check that out. I'll pop a link in the description below. Let's get into this video right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is that this is what I've found so far. So with this particular one here, I'll show you what happens. So when I remove the entire plunger assembly attachment from the battery, so that it's left looking like this. So if I now attempt to hook up another airbrush like so, you'll see what happens. I won't even get to the full mounting, and you can hear already that that's kicked in and I'm getting nothing. All right. So what we need to do, and again, this might just be the case with mine. I'm not sure. If you have one of these, definitely enlighten me. Or if Spray Gunner who supplied this can enlighten me, that would be handy. But I'm going to show you what I've found, and I'll show you exactly how I made it work. Okay, so what you need to do is remove this part. So I'm just using the Iwata multi-grips there to make it a bit easier, and just take that bit off. So this is taken straight off the airbrush that comes with the battery, and then go ahead and screw that on. I found that you can just do it finger tight, that's fine. And then the airbrush that you wish to mount, so in this case being the Creos, I'm just going to again loosen that so that I can remove the whole assembly, and then I'll go ahead and you'll see that I'm left with this. I'm just going to go ahead now and screw that on. Again, just doing it by hand, and you'll see that this time I can tighten it up. And you'll see that I've got action now. When I let go, it stops. So obviously that's the way I've managed to get it to work. And then you've got your adjustment here for your airflow as well, which is kind of handy because this obviously can't be adjusted, but if you've got the Mac valve, you can definitely utilize that to turn down the pressure and then obviously crank it up as well. All right, so keep in mind that this battery only runs at 20 to 27 PSI. And you see it's automatic too, so as soon as I press down, the unit comes on and then it goes back into idle. And there are the indicator lights showing you the amount of charge that's in it so far. So we're good to go. So because I want to try out the Iwata Micron as well, I'm going to go ahead and remove this plunger as well and get that prepped, ready to go. So again, that's how you need to prep the airbrush in order to hook it up and get ready. Okay, so to test out the Creos, I've just got some Trident water-based paint in there. This is white and it's pre-thinned. Let's go ahead and do some fine dots. It's up nice and close, keeping the air on, pulling back for paint. You can hear that battery's working. So there's a little bit of vibration, but not much. I mean, it's not really bothering me. Let's try and do some fine lines. So you can see it's not spitting, it's not dotting the line, which is good. Just a bit more shading, go a little bit heavier. So what I want to try now is to base this canvas in white in preparation for testing the Micron, and I'm obviously going to use black to test it, but I just want to see how this battery handles pumping on a bit more paint. So obviously it is slower than utilizing a compressor. You can see I'm up closer, I'm not getting as much coverage, but essentially this is more suitable for people who are doing smaller artworks, maybe miniature painting. You could use it for that because you're only working in a small area. Remote control cars and just model planes, cars, all of those applications, I would imagine this would be handy. Makeup artists, temporary tattooists, and as well if you want to do some touch-ups on a project that you may need to touch up and you've got to do it on site. So it's the first coat, keep going, and we'll see now if it heats up a little bit more. I'm just going to keep it running flat out, see how she performs. So it's not dropping pressure, which is good. So if this is the first time watching one of our videos, then welcome. For all of our regular viewers, welcome back. I do hope that you're enjoying this video so far, and if you are, feel free to give it the thumbs up, share it out, and let's build this airbrushing community together. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing, tap on that bell icon, and that will notify you every time I put out new content. So my finger is getting sore, but you can see it's taking a lot longer to cover, but this is it's an A3 size canvas, so quite a bit of space to cover. And obviously I'm also doing white over black, so it's going to take a bit longer. Let's just go change the direction. Also keep in mind I have thinned this paint as well, so I did that deliberately because I wanted it to run smoothly through the finer needle nozzle setup of the Creos, which is a 0.18mm needle nozzle setup, and also keeping in mind that I'm running at 20 to 27 psi. If I wanted to really get coverage, I'd hook up my, say, Eclipse or a Iwata Revolution with either a 0.35 or a 0.5mm needle nozzle setup, and I'd turn my air pressure up to about 30 to 40 psi and I'd cover this in no time. But at least we're really working the battery. Still isn't getting any hotter, so I know I've had a few questions regarding the heat. I am really looking forward to putting this little battery unit to its ultimate test, which will be creating some artwork. Okay, so fairly liney because it's harder to get that accurate 50-50 overlap and really to get the coverage, but it is still doing it. So just full throttle on the trigger at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Now just looking at the battery amount used, it still appears that we're pretty good. It's maybe looking like it's a little bit dimmer on that one. So we're down to 3, I would say, 3.5, but pretty good considering I've been spraying that whole canvas with numerous passes. Now the battery is a little bit warmer, but not uncomfortably. So for anyone that was interested to know about that. So now I want to test the Micron, so same deal. Just going to screw that on the top and she's ready to go. So again with the Micron, nice shadow. If we go heavier, just coat over it a couple of times. So it's doing that, no problem. Let's go and do some finer dots. In this Micron I'm just using black, thinned out with some reducer. So you get the idea, it's definitely working. Getting a bit of tip dry in there. A bit of a close-up of the spray out test using the Micron. So clearly from this video we've found out that you can definitely utilize other brands of airbrushes using this battery. You just want to make sure that you can remove this section of your airbrush, and if you can, it should allow you to hook up straight to this battery and use it as a portable option. Be sure to check out some of the other videos and playlists that I've got listed here, and until next time, go grab your airbrush, do some amazing artwork yourself, and I'll see you again very, very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.